Hi guys, welcome back. So recently, a couple of weeks back, I was watching a documentary on BBC called The Instagram Effect. And it talks about different stories of the good and the bad, majority of being bad effects of social media. And one of these stories it highlighted was about just some normal girl who used Instagram, I guess, to connect with her friends, and she started following certain quote pages after a while. Okay, cool, whatever. The more she got engrossed in those kind of pages, accounts, etc., we started to promote self-harm as the normal thing to do, the cool thing to do, because she thought this was the normal thing to do, is everybody on her feed was more or less doing it and promoting it and made it seem okay. She started to do that. And so these kind of internet friends were literally pushing her on to self-harm. It's like, why aren't you doing it? Why aren't you doing that? Yeah, how nuts is that? Of course, this is an extreme example, but it just points out the fact that whatever you consume will consume you. The kind of content we see now, it'll be the quality of the thoughts we're going to have in a couple of months' time. So if you put bullshit in, you're going to get bullshit out. Some scientific terms. If you consume toxic, fucking cancerous shit, it's like the same kind of shit is going to be the quality of thoughts you're going to have. After a while, you might even start comparing yourself to some of these accounts on social media, but what you have to understand is that microsecond, that little picture they took, is their highlights, perfectly curated for taking millions and millions of photos, and then you're comparing yourself to your everyday life. So obviously you're never going to win. It's like you're comparing these Instagram models who spend like couple of hours working out or spend even more on plastic surgery and then Photoshop all the pictures, and then obviously comparing yourself to normal you when you wake up in the morning. And then I see guys where they compare themselves to the gym bros they see on Instagram who literally sleep at the gym, have like 5 daily workouts, and then inject themselves with like a liter of testosterone a day. So slowly, subconsciously, your brain will actually start to compare yourself to all these kind of individuals. So what you have to do is curate a more healthy attention diet. As I think Mark Manson put it, the guy who wrote Sell Love Not Giving a Fuck. And the thing about algorithms, they are literally made for you to be engaged on the platform for as long as you can. Let's say you click on this Instagram model page, which is like half naked majority of the pictures, and then the Instagram algorithm will literally say, okay, cool, we see that you spend a bit more time on Instagram when you click on this kind of content. So you know what? We're going to promote more and more of this. And so it becomes very difficult to get yourself out of the sleep when you get into it. Just as you would consume good food to feel and perform at your best, you have to do the same with the food you digitally put into your mind. Remember some of the times when you have this really tasty meal, let's say you go to McDonald's and then your taste buds flare up, you love it for the first 2 minutes, but the second order of consequences, you're going to feel quite shit 2-3 hours into it. You're going to feel a crash basically. And then let's say you continue doing that for 2, 3, 4 years, you're going to start getting fat, and then you're going to start feeling like really fucking shit, and then you're going to start becoming addicted to this very food. The same principle could be applied to the stuff you consume online, stuff you consume digitally. So if you're curating, if you're consuming negative media, let's say you're consuming the news, let's say you're consuming dating shows, Love Island, X on the Beach. So no wonder that after consuming shit digital food that your mental health is actually slacking. Okay, so all of us self-help junkies kind of know the principle of you are the combination of the 5 closest people to you. Okay, so you can actually take this step further in the digital age. You are the combination of the 5 creators you consume the most. Here, the goal is to slowly unwind yourself from the toxic negativity you kind of see online, and then slowly replace with the positive stuff you actually want to do. So for some reason, I decided to end the video there. I have no idea why it's feeling spontaneous, I guess, I don't know. So now it's 2 weeks since I'm actually in Edinburgh right now. I moved here. Video about it actually next week, so okay, cool. So replace negative content which doesn't serve you, gossip, Instagram models really, and kind of random stuff like that, news, etc., and replace it with positive content, people you kind of aspire to be like, people who inspire you, positive YouTube channel, maybe some self-development content, some really good podcasts, kind of, etc. And slowly over time just kind of replace it by 1% at a time, so nothing too crazy, but all these kind of 1% improvements will actually stack up over the long term. You actually forget what you used to think because all these changes are very subconscious. As an example, I've been consuming crypto content for over 2 years, and a lot of the stuff kind of comes as second nature to me. But then I forget what majority of people are like. So a couple of, I think last month, when I go to get my haircut at this Turkish barbers back home, I start speaking to this guy, the barber, about crypto and about finance, marketing and stuff like that. And to me, this is common sense. This is why don't you know this stuff? But obviously, because I've been learning this, all this kind of comes more or less subconscious, pre-programmed to me. And I guess to everyone else, this is just not the case. And like all these kind of changes are going to be very similar to you as well. So, okay, let's take this back full circle. So do not estimate the power of proximity as the same as the people who surround themselves by. The same can be said for things online. Be very deliberate with what you consume, and you want to get rid of all the negative stuff and slowly expand this kind of bubble of positive productive content. So some of the stuff I have listed here, some like positive stuff. So some of the podcasts which I really kind of enjoy. I'm gonna talk about this more in the future videos. But at the moment, so some of the podcasts like Diary of a CEO, My First Million, Ali Abdaal's Deep Dive, and then Tim Ferris Show, Rich Roll, Modern Wisdom by Chris Willx, then the Jocko Podcast, I think that's how you say his name. Then obviously Andrew Huberman, the neuroscientist. There's just so much good content. And another thing you can actually do is just get rid of the newsfeed altogether and just improve your productivity like this. If you want to find out more about how you can actually do that, I've got a video right here which talks about it. Okay guys, I'll see you again next week. Bye.